Hello everyone, welcome to the Junkyard. Now, I have already published a video on my channel. If you haven't seen it, it's in the link in the description below. My favorite movies of 2024. This list was completely objective, or subjective, I should say. Objectively, I haven't seen every movie of the past year, and I won't because I'm skipping movies that were bad, looked bad, to me, or critically. Anyway, this video is on my least favorite movies of 2024, or disappointing movies. The last two are genuinely bad movies, but these other three on the list that I will have here aren't necessarily... Okay, the last three are, like, genuinely... The third is semi-bad, and then my top two are genuinely bad, but the other two, my 5 and 4, are just personally bad. Like, I just did not have such a good time with them. I found them disappointing. That's more so it. So this isn't a worst films of 2025. I would say personally disappointing films. And if you agree, then great. If you disagree, you can let me know in the comments or whatever, right? I haven't seen every movie this year. Like, I didn't go see The Crow with Bill Skarsgård because it looked horrible and I knew it was going to be bad, so why would I waste my time? I didn't see Craven. I didn't see Venom 3. I didn't see Madam Web, which I actually should see. But, so those movies will not be on this list. So that's why I'm calling it my disappointing list, because, except for the last two, my top two, they're genuinely bad. Anyways, let's get to it, shall we? My number 5 is Gladiator 2. It's an okay movie. It's mid. It's like a 6. Maybe 6.5. Nah, I can't do that. It was fine. Some of the sequences were cool. It was visually cool. Denzel was awesome in the movie. I just thought the movie was a complete rehash of the first one. And the phrase bigger is better is not always true. For this movie, bigger isn't always better. And I gotta say, flooding the Coliseum, cool! Sharks? What are we doing? Paul Mescal's character is suddenly the real son of one of the real children of Russell Crowe's character, so I'm like, huh? And then it kind of retcons all the way through. The Twin Emperors were nowhere near as awesome as Commodus or, like, terrifying. It was just the sequel we didn't need. And a sequel that doesn't hold up. Oh, Pedro Pascal. Ugh. Can we please stop casting Pedro Pascal in things? He is such an average actor. And he's given everything. It's so annoying. And he should not be playing Mr. Fantastic. I don't even need to see a frame of footage to know that he should not be playing Mr. Fantastic. Gladiator 2. Number 5. Not a bad movie per se, but to me, it was disappointing. Number 4. Beetlejuice. Now, another sequel that didn't necessarily need to be made, or maybe it should have been made a long time ago. Because all I can say for this movie is old. The story was so blah. It was so just contrived and disappointing. So many plot lines going all over the place that converge at the end for nothing. Like Beetlejuice's ex-wife, barely in the movie, shows up at the end, is inconsequential. Jenna Ortega's character, Astrid, did not care. Keaton was okay as Beetlejuice. He was just like, you could tell he's in his 70s now, and he wasn't as funny. None of that kind of, everything about it, I chuckled. And when I say chuckle, it was a, twice. The whole movie. I didn't find it funny, didn't have a great time with it, really disappointed in that movie. Now, it's not actually a terrible movie. I just did not have fun with it. I thought the visual, the sets were great and the visual effects were awesome because a lot of it was practical, but it doesn't make it a good movie. So that's my number 4 disappointing movie of the year, Beetlejuice. Number 3, M. Night Shyamalan's Trap. I only went to go see this out of morbid curiosity. M. Night is not known for his good movies. But I was curious. I love Josh Hartnett. He's a great actor. He was so good in Oppenheimer. I was like, he could do this role as a psycho serial killer. And the idea of it is cool. Like, oh, they set up a sting operation to catch this crazy killer at a concert, right? But here's the thing. M. Night Shyamalan's daughter is the singer, and so it's like pushing her music career. So yeah, that kind of takes you out of the movie. Then he gets out of the arena like 2/3 halfway through the movie, and then the last act of the movie is just insanely contrived, ridiculous nonsense, and it just goes on and on and on, and Hartnett's great in it, but I wouldn't watch it again, and I don't know if I'd recommend it to anybody. It's probably the least Shyamalama Ding Dong out of any of his movies, but it's a trap to watch, so don't. Now, these last two, like I said, are genuinely bad movies. So I guess you could say the two worst movies of the year that I have seen, because I have not seen Crow, Craven, all these other crap. So let's get to it. Number 2. This is the last movie of an esteemed director, a director that brought some of the greatest films of all time to the world. And to me, he's going to be known as someone who brought one of the worst films I have ever seen with my naked eyes, and that movie is Megalopolis. Yes, the movie that Francis Ford Coppola has been working on since, the 80s, 90s? Almost did it in the early 2000s, then things happened and couldn't do it. The premise of this movie is good, and I like taking risks. I like that he took risks. This movie does look like it was made by a pothead. And the performances, it's Shakespeare. It's theatrical acting, which I personally don't think worked for the movie. A lot of the performances were over the top. I liked some of the people in the movie. Can't say that I would recommend it. If you're a Coppola fan, maybe out of morbid curiosity. But people in my theater, I saw it a couple days early, so I figured that I'd be with a bunch of Coppola fans, right? People were laughing the entire movie when you're not supposed to laugh. When you're not, yeah. It was an interesting experience. And then I was in an IMAX showing where there was a live theater aspect to the performance. Somebody went up to the screen, brought a microphone, asked Adam Driver a question, and then Adam Driver on the screen responded. It took you out of the movie because the lights came on. You went from the huge IMAX picture to this tiny little thing, so it looked like Driver was eye level with the actor. And it was just really strange. It did not work. Really bad movie. Maybe it'll be a cult classic in 10, 20 years, but I don't think so. It's also 2024 politics in a movie that's supposed to take place in the future. America, Rome. Screw that. It's just, it's nonsense. I hated it. Now, number 1, this may not be surprising for a lot of people. It's probably top 5 for a lot of people, or even top 3. Most disappointing and worst movie of 2024. Easy. Joker Folie à And sequel, what is with these sequels, especially this year? This year is the sequel to movies we did not need a sequel to. Joker was such an unexpected, phenomenal movie. Billion-dollar rated R film. It was really good, and it wasn't just good for being a comic book movie. It was good for being a timeless kind of tragic kind of tale. And then this movie just takes everything that was great about the first one and ruins it. It ruins Arthur Fleck's character. He's not really the Joker, by the way. Joke's on you! The real Joker is some crazy guy in Arkham who carves his face and shanks Arthur to death. Yeah, you're the clown for thinking he was the Joker, you fool. He was also a simp loser beta cuck who didn't want to be the Joker because I'm Arthur Fleck. And this movie was terrible. It ruined everything about Arthur's character. Everything that they built up about Arthur's character was immediately taken away. And it's almost like, and why did it have to be a musical? Why? Those musical sequences, I've seen musicals. I've been in musicals. I know what it takes to do those things. They were so poorly executed. People were chuckling every time someone would start singing. It was wretched. I could not believe it. I hated it, especially the last half of the movie. I was like, screw you. The premise was fine. Joker trial movie. What would that be like? Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. And then this movie takes it, rips it up, throws it in the garbage. Doesn't even have the decency to recycle it because that's how garbage it is. So yeah, Jokerfully a Deuce, the worst movie I have seen of 2024, and probably one of the worst sequels I have ever seen in my entire life. I will never watch this movie again, and to me, it does not exist. It does not. Thank you. Goodbye. That's my list of my least favorite movies of 2024. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment down below, let me know what you thought of 2024, your favorite, your least favorite movies. Go check out my favorite movies of 2024 video, link is in the description. And when I eventually get my video of my looking forward to, most excited for movies of 2025, I will post that and that will also be in the description, so check it out. If I have reviews of any of these movies also, that will be in the description as well. So thank you again. Go home, love your families, be good to your neighbors, God bless you all, and we'll see you next time here in the Junkyard.